Well, the little animals are so excited about the Ridge Christmas party, and they all had a good time. Even the old bucks here got in on the action. They all enjoyed themselves. And here's a rare glimpse of a little old screech owl with only one eye. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the Foothills of the Smoky, another chapter of East Tennessee here. Now this place, it's been cold. We haven't had any snow, but a little bit of flurries. It's just been cold. Warm up just enough to rain, then turn really cold. We've had it down to single digits here. And I know y'all have north of me. You've had some good snow. Bless y'all hearts, stay warm up there. Well, it's that time of year again for our annual Christmas dinner here on the ridge. The little animals look forward to it, and they had a real good time. And I want to wish every one of you a Merry Christmas this year. So relax. Let's see what's going on, who stepped in front of the cameras. And let's get started. Now up here on the ridge, the little deer herd, they just moseying around. The bucks are still chasing them, but not like they was. They just trying to survive this cold weather. And you can see the old big bucks here. They're still following them around. They're going to make sure that none of these does go unattended. And they just still following them. But that's nature. It's that time of year. And the old does just moseying around, trying to mind their own business, try to find something to eat. But these old bucks, they relentless. But it's slowed down so much, it's just about over with. But they're still here. There's one more rut to go around first of the year, usually. And down at the acorn pile, you can see the little yearling, mommy and her yearling down here feasting on these acorns. There's plenty of acorns yet to be got. And these little animals, they working so hard trying to get all they can stored up before they're gone. The little old ground squirrels, the chipmunks, they working really hard. And of course, old Mr. Gray Squirrel, they really working at it too. And they're so relaxing and so comical too. But they never stop. They'll find that nut. And they work in teams all day long. Down at the salt block, there's a little old Spike with a couple of does. Acts like he don't like the camera. He's camera shy, ain't he? And here's a little yearling, bless its heart, getting its first taste of winter. And down the stump, all I got was old gray squirrels down here. They're watching something. And I can't believe they're still finding last year's walnuts from somewhere. It's so comical. And down at the cut, they're always down here working around. But there's still plenty of acorns to be got under these leaves. And the deer, They use this cut all the time. This is about all I filmed during the day at the cut this week. Now here at the start of the Christmas party, here at the tree in the rock area, I just throwed them out some cracked corn all over the place, some vitamin-enriched dog biscuits, all kinds of sunflower seeds, all kinds of peanuts, and even saved them a bunch of acorns I'd picked up, saved for them for hard times. And here at the log, done the same thing. Little birds, I done it early in the morning because I knowed if I didn't, the coons would get it all. The little birds was enjoying it first early in the day, and I'm glad they did. They the first to find it. But old Ricky, he's happy now. What's all this? Don't seem like he wanted the peanuts. He don't know what they are. These squirrels lived in the woods in the wild. They don't know what these luxury things are. He'd rather have the acorns I throwed out. But he's having a good time with what he's got, and he loves the sunflower seeds too. Having a good time. And they just packing them off. That's all I filmed on that camera. For some reason it quit working. But at the tree, it's working good. I put new batteries in them just for this. Little birds having a good time. Woodpeckers, nuthatches. I'm glad to see them get them some. Little wrens and the deer browse through the fountain. They like to crack corn. They really like it. And I throwed this all over the place so there wouldn't be no fighting over it. Around the trails, away from the cameras, just so everybody can get a little bit of something. And the little squirrels, Ricky's friends here. They get a little stingy sometimes. That's the reason you gotta spread it out, so everybody gets some. Don't want them fighting over it. But they share. There's little Chucky running in the background. And up at the rock, during the day, there's a little nuthatch, getting him all he wants of them sunflower seeds. And here's a comical picture of old Ricky. He likes the sunflower seeds, but he don't know what the peanuts are. And here's a really comical. There's a little Chucky carrying out a dog biscuit. It's as big as he is. And he's having a good time. But they don't last long. And a little Donnie woodpecker, he enjoys these sunflower seeds. And all the little animals, little red-headed woodpecker, little titmouses, the wrens, they all had a good time, and I'm glad. Now behind the rock I throwed some here, but I know who's going to get them dog biscuits. Them darn coons. A little titmouse, getting him some of it. And the little wren. Now down at the pond, on this camera, all I got was a coon early in the afternoon, I guess, on a cold day. And on the other camera, all I got was the birds down here playing. I didn't feed them at the pond. Come dark, the coons here on the ridge coming out of them den trees, they like to get into these acorns too. And they're on the move. the whole family. And there's Possum. And there's old Yeller. Moving kind of slow, ain't you, Yeller? I guess it's cold, ain't it, old buddy? And there's something really rare, a rabbit. They're the most sought-after animal by these predators. But they're still here. They have a hard time, bless their hearts. And the coons, working their way off the ridge, they digging in these acres. They like 'em too. But it ain't their number one choice, I can tell you that. But they're not picky. They'll eat whatever they got to when they're hungry. And they're looking out for something. They see the Christmas party going on. That's where they're headed. And the deer herd, they just moseying through the woods, staying ahead of these bucks. And they're still chasing them. Little old Spike here. They're still here on the ridge, these bucks, if they step in front of the cameras. Down at the acre pile at night, coons down here getting them some acres. They're not picky. And a little field mouse down here. These woods are full of these. That's what them feral cats and owls is looking for. Speaking of owls, right here is a beautiful glimpse of a little cute screech owl. But he looks like he's only got one eye working. Bless his heart. Ain't he beautiful? Out the salt block, big old buck moving through. And so is an old coyote. They ain't far behind. And these deer's watching for them too. Down at the stump, all I got was a coon passing by this week. And at the cut, coon moving up the cut, a possum moving down. Looks like old corkscrew. Up to Christmas party now, the coons has found it at night. They're going to settle in here. And if you'll notice in the background, there they carrying them off. Just getting started. Look at them. Look at the eyes behind them. There's a dozen coons on this ridge right here. They're everywhere, in the background, foreground, and they're having a good time. Ain't they fat? They don't cull nothing. This is their ridge, and they dominate it. Ain't they having a good time? Whole families down here. And they can be comical. Until old Charlie comes snooping around. He's the party crasher. If it's not him, it's old Billy Bob. But it's Charlie this time. He won't know what's going on down here. But after old Charlie Bob's gone, possums are back out. And they're enjoying their dinner too, their little feast on these sunflower seeds while they can get them. But they don't like all these coons moving in on them. They kind of get nervous. So they finally just head back in. Too many coons for them. He's wanting to come back out there, you could see. Them coons is They've come in and took control. And before you know it, they've covered this place up with them. They're having a good time. They like the dog biscuits. Well, they like everything. But all these little animals got a piece of something. But I know when the coons come in that they would just root everybody else out. There's the little rascals there. That must be the dominant male there. And here acts like a different family of coons trying to come in. They fight amongst themselves all the time anyway. But they had a good time. There's plenty to go around. I spread it everywhere. Not just in front of the cameras. And here at the back door, of course you know they'd get them vitamin-enriched dog biscuits. But this will help keep them healthy. And I'm glad to see them eat. They're having a good time, ain't they? Even the little rascals getting in on it. And up on the ridge, coons is moving around up there too. There's so many coons here. And the big old bucks is moving around through here too. And the coyotes, they're watching these bucks. They just follow them around. Big old coyotes too. Down at the pond, you could see it here. Deer in the background on a foggy evening. Little old buck there. And another buck. They like his pond. It's got a little water in it, but not much. They're still following them does around down here. And here's a couple of young ones fighting a little bit. Mostly playing. You'd know it if it was serious. If the old big ones come in, they won't fool with them. They don't stand a chance. But that's life here on the ridge. Little does are just browsing right in front of the camera. Now here's something that I don't know what this is. Explain what this is. Look at that. What is that? I'll run it again. Now behind this camera ain't nothing but blackberry bushes. Nothing but. Thick with them. What is that? Ain't no cattails or nothing. That ain't bugs. Don't know what that is. But anyway, the coons is still having fun down here. They're down here all the time, even with the deer. And come dawn unless something runs them off. They bucks are still prowling around with the does down here. Now here's something at the tree. Christmas party from last night. A big old buck found some sunflower seeds and cracked corn. He's enjoying it too. So he got in on it at dawn. There's plenty enough for the last a few days. I've spread so much around. So everybody got a little bit of something. Ain't that a pretty old buck? Glad to see him get some of it. And on a rainy morning, there's a buck down here in the acorn pile. Wet camera. And on into the morning, another day unfolds here on the ridge. Animals just trying to survive. The little squirrels, they have fun every day. It's an adventure for them. All year round. And I'm so glad you enjoy these little videos. These are just nature in the wild. These animals, they're being pushed back in these little pockets of woods. Progress is just pushing them back. And they're just trying to survive. So guys, glad you enjoyed watching the little Christmas dinner on the ridge. From me and all the friends of the ridge, wish y'all a Merry Christmas coming up and a Happy New Year. So I want you to take care out there, stay warm, and God bless, and I'll see you next time.